Sub. Got the yellow world record. What was it? 2 weeks ago. Last commentary was Huang 4 years ago. What changed? Forest changed. Like early game, middle game, and late game changed since the commentary. And since Poor Guy's world record 3 years ago, only Forest changed. It's not sunlight, but that's what it would look like. Alright, what is it in the start? Settings. Fast off. Text box fast. Animations of battle style set because we don't wanna swap. Name A. Every character takes 1 frame to print. Rival as well. Okay, first difference on the last text box, I start an IGT tracker. It's used for every minute. Improves consistency and enables PG auto minip, which comes later. It's already huge. You want to take that path, because if you hug the wall right here, you bonk. It's 2 frames right there. What else is there? Basically that's the game, right? Clearing text boxes, you can mash, you can time them. Most text boxes you can clear with B or A. Some text boxes, like the last one, was a jingle. So you hold through. You can buffer that. This was a B text box, so it's fastest to clear with B. And those were all text boxes. Now you just have to know where they are. First fight is just spam. What is it? It's not Thunderbolt, it's like Thunder Shock. It's just spam Thunder Shock against Eevee. We need to win, because we need level 6 for Pidgeotto man up. Huang didn't need... No, what was it? No, Huang also needed to win because of Ice Beam. Pokeguy didn't need to win because he did Blizzard, no Pidgeotto. This again needs to win. I don't know what the win rate is. It's probably like... It's crazy that there's like no sim just for fun, but there just isn't. You wanna buffer the fighting basically all the time by holding A right after the text box finished printing, holding A, letting go into A. Crit is good. That sounds right. Tail Whoop is really good because I live a tackle. And I'm in red bar. Red bar speeds things up. 1 frame every text box. Eevee doesn't cry when it dies. But I level out, so I don't get the jingle skip. The level 6 and the next text box. They would both be cleared instantly in red bar. I have to look at the color of my HP for IGT tracking. Basically just have to remember or like note down every time the HP color changes. I think that's about it. You can take a very lenient middle split because of the existence of Pidgeotto Minip. Right now I'm like very likely to enter Forest actually, which is not usual in like Gen 1 has not been usual in Gen 1 for a long time. Encounter is 10% per tile, 2 safety tiles after an encounter, and you average like 3.4 or something. I don't need any XP compared to red. What I do, and there's an optimal NPC path here. An optimal route you want to follow. That is because of this guy. If you walk my path, which is you have to go up on this tile. If you walk up here, then you give the NPC room to move to the right, and so you increase the odds of not getting blocked by him. Also, whenever there's an encounter, I have to track my IGT. I have to put it into the tracker. Reason being, to min-up, we basically just save and hard reset, and the game is deterministic, so if you do the same things every time after hard reset, same things are gonna happen. Except the game also remembers when you save, so the IGT time. And so by tracking which frame we're on, we can like get rid of that variable. We talk to Oak from behind, let's say it's like 16 frames. Reason being, our 2 steps are equal to 1 NPC step, which is this step right here. And we take like what we saved 1 step, by the way. Like it's 4 steps by the, I don't know the counts, just trust me. It's 1 time by 1 step, 16 frames. I want to hold B after the last Xbox, because otherwise we bonk against Pikachu. I don't remember. Okay, I got more counter. You can buffer some things here, and that is you can go down right. This A press you have to time, and a B on this text box you can buffer in yellow. You have like a big window to perfectly reveal, perfectly clear. 2 encounter a good fight. So what is this, like I think it's like 742, I don't remember. It should be like 740. Wait, what do we buy in yellow? Like 2 balls, 4 pots? 2 balls. I still got it. 2 balls, 4 pots. You need 1 ball for Nido, 1 ball for Pidgey. And pots in red, you can't buy pots in that shop, which is nice for yellow. And we also don't need a lot of healing in yellow at all. It's healing is like no issue. I went through min-up, right? I guess I'm not gonna go for like the min-up in detail. But just do what's on the video and it should work, assuming you IGT track for it. Would you wait? Oh, can you hear full timer? Yeah, of course you can. It's it's on Chrome. Okay, so that was the IGT tracker. It's tracking like every second. That's why it's repeating every second. And the 3rd beep is on the target frame. So here I press on the beep. However, I can't reset yet. I can't hard reset yet because I still need the tracker for the future. And if I just hard reset afterwards, it gets very awkward to precisely target AGT, which you really need for Pidgeotto minup. You need to be very consistent. Your AGT needs to be very good for Pidgeotto. And so I wait another full second and basically just time the beep again. And so here I hard reset. To buffer the start intro, you just have like infinite frame window to hold start here. A, start, A, that's it. In min-ups we have to do the perfect movement, which is pretty free. And also, as you can see, A presses. A presses basically just stall the game for 2 frames, and so they're a good tool when doing min-ups, because you don't have to wait. Like if you take extra steps, that's a lot of time, but A presses are very nice for that. Okay, so now's the difficult part. You have to apply PLD. I don't even know what PLD stands for. Uh, that means I have to hold down a button while the text is printing, otherwise the game might randomly just destroy the min-up. Print letter delay, sounds right. And this text box I have to clear in a 4-frame window, which I guess I do. In yellow you can't buffer the Pokeball, so you have to time again a 4-frame window. But you can not buffer going into the ball menu, but you can buffer selecting the ball, so that's free. And now, same thing, 4-frame text boxes. Naming is bigger than a 4-frame window, but depending on which frame you hit, you get a different path you have to do. Oh wait, no, in yellow it's not, never mind. In yellow it's the same path, but it's probably like a 6-frame window in total. But there's like a thing where if I hit 2 1-frame windows, I can do a funny strat. I don't. Wait, I do. Okay, never mind. Wait, wasn't it? Oh no, it's up, down, not down, up. Oops. Okay, I was thinking, holy shit, I'm actually cracked, but no. Down, up, right is the standard, path 6. So, that was guaranteed no encounter, and now the second min-up. We have to do the same thing again. This time I hard reset immediately though, because IDT is still relevant, but it's not as important. I can be off. I'm 140. Okay, Pidgeotto is the big thing. What we used to do, what Pokeguy and Twang used to do was fight this guy on screen right now for XP. Now it's manipulating a Pidgeotto fight. It's a lot faster, not a lot, it's like 18 seconds faster than the standard good outcome. But the standard good outcome is very hard to get. So on average it's a lot less than 18 seconds, and it makes the fight very, very reset heavy. Forest is by far the biggest reset point in the game. It's like 60% to die. Again, movement part same as Nido, this time it's a bit harder. And now trying to min-up a fight, 4-frame window. We have to buffer A, but you can't buffer the Thunder Shock right here. So you can basically do that by A into select into A, which is just a perfect timing every time. It's not that hard, but it's interesting. It still goes on. Standard attack fail is turn 1. It's not guaranteed. You can even though we have IGT tracking, some frames just are sometimes unlucky. Reason being, there's IGT frames and there's IGT second. So sometimes you get a weird IGT second plus frame combo where it just is a bad fight. Crit is the standard good turn 2, and as well as a good roll. I could be like 1 pixel to the right, which would be bad, but it's okay. You really need standard attack fail turn 1, that's the important part for your win rate. Turn 2 goes on. This time we can't select buffer. We have to wait like, I don't know, like 16 frames or something. That's what the timer was for. I started timer at a hard reset for Pidgeotto. If I low roll turn 1, you do have to select buffer, so it can be difficult to like react to the roll. Especially the crit text box is awkward to clear. And that man-ups a gust. We do want a gust, because we do want to die. Pikachu needs to die ASAP. Yeah, this goes to YouTube. Turn 2 is basically completely random. We really want a crit. We really want a paralyze. Most of the time you don't get that. This is still good HP because Nido 2-shots this. So Gus, wait, no, Nido 3-shots this. But if I get a tail whip off, which would be if Pidgeotto sand attacks, AI is completely random in this game, except like some trainer bosses. But if we get the sand attack here and tail whip, it would be a Nido 2-shot right now. I get a Gust. So Nido needs to get 3 turns off or crit, which is a big problem. Sand attack hit turn 1 is very bad. Hit is good. So right now it's like I think I hit it twice now. So this fight, right now Pidgeotto strats. Oh wait, okay, it's actually right now Pidgeotto strats are like saved me around like 2 to 3 seconds maybe, because it was a very bad fight. So that's why Pidgeotto's kind of annoying. You die a lot, and a lot of time you get trolled. Right here I risk one tile of encounter, which is also bad for Pidgeotto. If you just hit that, it's pretty tough. This trainer is also different, so we fight that trainer for XP. We need XP because we need double kick for Brock. So poor guy used to fight the trainer below us and this trainer on the right. Huang used to fight the trainer below us and a trainer to the left after like 10 grass tiles. So this is now the final variation where you fight Pidgeotto into this trainer. Pidgeotto gives a little bit less XP than the trainer on the bottom, but it only matters exactly on this fight, nowhere else. Here we want to swap one attack to slot 1, because we use one attack a lot, and choosing which move takes like 6 to 7 frames. Crit would be good. The problem is the next Caterpie. We are level 8, otherwise we'll be level 9, and level 8 is not a great range to 2-shot. I think it's like maybe a 50-50, I actually don't know, or like less than a 50-50. And Caterpie can completely troll us with String Shot. This was a low roll, so now I need a crit or a 1 in 39 max roll. Every move has a 1 in 39 chance to do the highest possible damage, which sometimes happen, most of the time not. Didn't happen. I think String is... I guess I'm gonna say that when it's usual, but moves like String Shot used by the enemy have a flat 25% chance to fail. I got only 1 String Shot, so it's fine. I'm not slower than Metapod. If I got 2 String Shots I would be slower than Metapod, and it's like a 24-second time loss, it's a lot. Crit is of course good, otherwise it's a range to 3 hit. And now it's like the last difficult part, even though Pidgey is a lot easier than Pidgeotto. So now IGT tracking is purely for like consistency, because otherwise it wouldn't be a guaranteed minute to work. That's also a benefit for Nido, because back in the day, without IGT tracking, Nido was kind of fucked, because it was 10% to fail, 30% to give you 13 special Nido, again 30% 14 special, and then like 30% 15 special roughly. And that's pretty bad, because 13 special for the current late game route makes the champ fight a lot worse, and so the consistency is just a very big advantage with IGT tracking. Encounter on the last tile. Pidgey is same as Nido, 4 frame text box, 4 frame YOLO ball. And that's like the end. It's on the tier 3 stream. We can pick up the pot without a jingle, because there was like audio transition. That's a big Gen 1 thing. Audio transitions kinda have funny impacts on speed. what we want to do when a game transitions audio, basically, or has like game can't handle a lot of stuff. A lot of audio at once freaks it out. Caterpie, if you crit, it's a range to 2-hit. It's a pretty good range though. And now, the final part. 10 encounter tiles. You're like very likely to get encounter. It's 35% to get 0. That's very lucky. So my target is basically a good fight, 1 encounter, but I got bad fight, no encounter, so evens out. This is another difference to Hornbro's world records commentary. Since Pokeguy we do this center, which is extra steps, but is it used because of Hontek counted forest? It's just good. Here's a fast PC as a trick. If you close the next text box fast enough into a B press, there's like, let's say it's like half a second. There's also a nice thing about centering here is our Brock HP is very consistent. It's very chill, except if you get trolled, but 90% of the time it's chill. While on the old forest you needed to like sometimes pot, or it's not very clean, as you'll see from basically this fight is a good example. This is, by the way, a horrible fight. I'm a big hater because you get hit what 4 times, 5 times, and you don't want to get crit. Basically, you can survive 1 crit, but you're dead to 2 crits. And if you're not dead, you have to pot, which is also slow. Also, nice Windows audio. You don't want to get min-rolled, because if you get the standard damage every turn, you have perfect red bar for the level up. So if you get just a standard median fight, you're very happy. This is also a range to Sandshrew if you crit. It's like, I think it's like 95% to kill. And if you miss it, you're basically always dead. This was a perfect fight, which you want to see every time. This is basically the only forced pot in the whole run. It's like less than 1% that I don't pot here. Usually if I get a Gen 1 miss on Lightyear guy. Gen 1 miss, every move has a 1 in 256 chance to miss. Or to miss extra, so tackle is 95% minus Gen 1 miss odds. I don't know if this run has a Gen 1 miss. With double kick we have a new type of move, and that is a shake move. If you look at the next animation on Geodude, you will see the screen shake, which is very fast. But on Horn attacks, which I guess we'll see in Route 3, it's a blink move, which is like, no, flash move is what we call it, right? Which is like a 1 second difference. I get a Geodude crit, which is very good. You can one-shot a Geodude, so your best case is only getting 1 double kick hit on the second turn. Bite turn 1 is the best possible move, and it's a long bite, so this is basically... This is like actually... Wait, this Brock is insane, by the way. It's perfect Lightyear guy. Okay, the crit isn't good. Wait, where's my audio? Laura would have been pretty sick. Would have been the GOAT RNG. Dude, shut up. Oh yeah, he's right, it was perfect Brock. Except I guess I could have gotten it. Shut up. It was basic perfect Brock, but bite, I could have, when I double kicked, I got a 66% high roll. If I got a 33% low roll, it would have been a bit better HP, but this was perfect Brock. Is it a safe time on Red Records? It should be. It is, that's pretty rare. Okay, I think I muted, yeah. So now, Route 3. Dude, I wouldn't hate YOLO. Okay, shut up. So now road 3 is awkward. I'm on 5 HP, which is very good, but it's kinda not good. Because I'm very likely to die to the first bug catcher. But I could get very lucky turn 1 and get a string shot fail or tackle miss, which would be very fast and very low risk. But if I don't, I probably need to pot at some point because this pace is too good for a YOLO dead bad. Maybe like 30. Okay, I thought it was full muted. I don't even know if this can, I think the crit is a 1 in 39. I do get a string shot fail, which is the Giga Nuts, which immediately makes this run very interesting. The difference between string shot fail and tackle is insane. It's a big difference in value. We don't want to get string shotted here, because then we'll be slower. So poison sting is good. And now we really want a tackle. Because 6 HP isn't great red bar. 5 HP or lower is the goal. I do get tackle. We tackle this instead of one attack because we need to save one attacks for Moon. We'll get there in the end, I guess. And that's a flash animation, so it takes a lot longer than the shake. So when possible, we want to double kick. So road 3 is basically horn attack, and if you can tackle, and if you really can, double kick. And road 3 is interesting because it's very free, but because it's free, you want to YOLO a lot. And this Rattata is 1 in 3 to just kill the run with a quick attack. But if I get through Short Sky, it's a big time save. It's like 20 seconds versus pot, basically. And I made the decision to always YOLO this HP any pace I get through. But there's still the Ekans, which is a problem, because Ekans is very good 2-hit range. And it has rep. And rep is either kills me or I have to pot. Or it misses, which is pretty good. So now I'm on full Ritbar, and this should be, it's actually a very good road 3. I don't remember the yellow run at all, by the way. Now it's very low risk. It's possible to die, it's pretty unlikely. Okay, am I talking? No, I'm still talking. Guess I'm gonna mute. Wheedle is a very good one-shot range. I don't get it. Poison Sting is fine. String Shot would be interesting because it would give me a badge boost and I'm still faster than everything. And String Shot fail would be fast, so that would be the best outcome. I can tackle this. It's a high roll. Of course crit would kill. KDP has tackle or String Shot. Doesn't matter except the tackle crit. I would be dead. To one-shot this you need to crit or get a 1 in 39, so it's definitely not standard to one-shot. Double kick because of animation. Metabot always a 2-shot. 1 crit would be a range. I guess I go like at moon menu, I'll do like a quick menu guide. But I probably don't want to repeat myself every time, so I'm just gonna say it once and ignore every future menu. Please be muted. Okay, I muted myself, guys. This fight is also free. So Route 3 is interesting, it's free unless you YOLO. So, even though it's a very easy split, it's still a very high reset split because it's so tempting. It's just a good YOLO. I low rolled one attack, so I have to tackle, otherwise you could double kick this. Oh, I didn't even mention badge boost. I guess quickly go over it. So, in this game, after the Brock gym fight, you get a 12.5% boost to your attack stat, and due to a glitch, every time your stats get like adjusted, it reapplies to 12.5%. So if I get a string shot hit, for example, I get a 12.5% attack boost, which changes some strats. level ups remove any previous badge boosts, so they reset it. As well as like a growl hit. A growl hit just lowers your attack, but it increases the other stats if you have other badge boosts. Right now we only have the Brock one. We're still full Ripper, which is nice, but we won't be for Moon. We have to risk 5 tiles here, which is very annoying, but you have to. So unlucky, man. But it was an insane road tree before, so I guess it's fair. Red bar makes the runaway a bit faster. Makes the jingle at the end faster. Good road free time. Not the last minute, but it's very free. It's just a no encounter movement up. It's extremely likely to work without IGT tracking. It's I think 1.5% to fail. But why not? Why not? Now it's just walking, A presses at correct tiles, pick up the items I need, that's it. We don't pick up this escape rope. That's an interesting note. It's just no real spot to use it because in red there's a college where you can escape rope out of buildings, and yellow they sadly patched it, nerfed the meta. Forgot to nerf Horn Rule though, so that's good. Gonna need a Moonstone because we're gonna immediately evolve to Nidoking, and Nidoking is ridiculously busted. It's an early evolution. It learns Fresh, which is busted. It learns Horn Drill, which is busted. It learns every move we want. It learns Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, Bubble Beam. It's by far, and not even close, best option in Gen 1. Okay, menuing. I'm gonna go quickly over it. Menuing is a big part of, like, I don't know, practice, focus in this game. That's because you can, like, we call it alt scroll. Right now you can see I'm holding left, and then I'm gonna go left, right, left into the Moonstone. Okay, left, start, left is the same. Because if I go left, it reapplies the down input. And that's basically how we do most menus. Because if you just hold down, the game kinda needs to charge up the down. So it like waits and then scrolls down, which is slower. So for like slot 4, slot 3, slot 5 item usage, it's always a pretty comfortable alt scroll. If it's a long alt scroll, it could get difficult. Disable can be very bad if it's a horn attack disable. It's double kick. I'm like completely rich in horn attacks, so I don't need to do any strats to save horn attacks. There will be double kicking this wall top, which I can't kill disable, but if I wasn't disabled and I was low on horn attacks, I would double kick. I'll also double kick this right here, but I'm disabled, so I tackle. And I need 6 horn attacks, otherwise I wouldn't risk the 95%. This coughing is not a very good. It's like a 50% to hit probably. That's a bad roll, so now I need a crit to hit this. I get a high roll, but that's not enough. I was still double kick disabled, okay, otherwise I would double kick this of course. I am in red bar, but I will lose it immediately. These tiles don't generate encounter, so that's safe. We go left right now, because this tile doesn't generate encounter, and this tile as well. So just optimal. Do get one encounter. which is bad. But it's red bar, so it's less bad. First Jesse and James fight. This is the only Jesse and James fight that isn't completely free. Biggest reason is this Ekans right here. If you don't crit, if you crit it's a one shot, if you don't crit, he can also wrap you. Which wouldn't be that bad right now, because it would give me level red bar. I get the Leer. This is also a good spot to save a horn attack by tackling this. This is the first spot you basically look into. Meowth always did the double kick. Usually it would be 2 double kick hits, but the crit makes only 1. And this coughing is a way worse range to it. It's like a bit better than 30%. And that is because it's like 30% to crit. Gen 1 has a different crit rate compared to like modern Pokemon. It's based on your speed set. And Nidoking is 16% to crit every turn, which is very high. But your opponents are also very high, so that's why sometimes you just dead to a 15% crit. That's about the classic. There's another difference from Pokeguy to Huang Bros route. We center this. We center right now. Huang delays the center. Huang delays it, so he has a better surge win rate. But we don't delay it. We take the worst surge win rate, but it makes Flybar consistent. We'll get to when we add Fly, but we heal now because we want to control our HP for Misty and Surge. But also we of course need PP from because we did Brock Center, so it just all works out in a way. Take the hidden rare candy. We take the rare candy so we can get to Fresh ASAP. Because Fresh is a good move. Right, so now the fights were pretty chill, right? Brock can be very annoying because it's 1 in 4 to use Bind. Route 3 can be annoying if you die. Now this is easily the most annoying fight. It's not the worst fight in the game, but it's, in my opinion, it's easily top 5 worst fights. I would say it's top 3. Even though you basically never die. One attack crit is like 90% to 1 shot. Right, that's a first step. He has 4 moves. Fury attack is annoying. Growl is extremely bad. I get growled, so pretty detached from the run. But crits ignore attack drop, so I can just 2-shot this. Alright, I didn't crit. Sand attack fail, got a 25% fail. Sandshrew is 50% to use Sand attack, he has Scratch and Sand attack, so that's why this fight is bad. 1 in 4 to use Growl, 1 in 2 to use Sand. Or you just crit and now the fight is immediately free on the spot. After a Growl turn 1. Which happens. Sometimes you just get a bailout. This EV would be a good, not a good, I don't know, it feels like a 60%, I don't know the number. A range to 1 hit. Okay, so I crit, so it's guaranteed, but it wouldn't be a one-shot with Growl. That was a pretty good fight, what the fuck. No wonder this world records, it had a good bridge rival. So this was very, very good. Very fast. I'm full HP, which is good. Sometimes you get bailed out. True. Wait. Who is this guy? I'm gonna mute again. Until he gets bored and mutes himself. So now it's free. Next spot is Misty. Right now, this is now like just PowerPoint presentation. There's some minor things that can happen. Okay, there are some big things that can happen. Maybe not a complete. Okay, that's a Gen 1 miss. It did happen. Horn attack count doesn't matter. It's not a range to one shot. but it's still full HP. Full HP is nice, because we will get damage, probably. And for Misty, it's fine to be full HP. You don't want to be full HP for Surge, but for Misty, it's completely fine. So I don't mind it. It's not like Red, where you want to get damage down. This is an annoying fight. PG is a range, and if you miss range, he can sand attack hit. Also has quick attack, but that's whatever. Get the range. Okay, fight is back to being completely free. This Nidoran can double kick, which loses like 3 seconds. It doesn't, so that's good. The reason this double kick takes just so long. Funny thing is, shake moves are good when we use them, but they're bad when the opponent uses them, because flash moves don't have animations if the opponent uses them. Shake move still shakes the whole screen. So if it's double kick, it's shake, hit, text box, shake, hit, text box, text box. That's why it's like a 3-second time loss. Don't get quick attacked. This against is a pretty bad range. I actually don't know. I don't know the yellow ranges DH, because there's not a lot of decision making, so it's not really important to know them. I get the range, which is good. Very sick bridge. Very sick. I crit Sandshrew, I didn't lose a single turn. I got one quick attack. No, I got a horn attack ginormous. Oh yeah, the menu. We're level 21 and we have 2 rare candies, so we immediately rare candy twice to get to fresh ASAP. Fresh is very busted, which we'll see. There's a rare candy trick where I hold B to buffer the first text box. You want to hold A during this text box, that makes it faster. To close menus, there's also a trick. I guess for yellow I'm gonna quickly mention it, but for red there's at least Pokeguy's Guide. Hold B. Still hold B, apply a direction. Hold start, time start, and it's a perfect close. Guess that's like all menu tricks. I'm not gonna go like... There's not a whole lot else. Now we will fresh, but first we will swap fresh to slot 1, because it's the main move. Fresh is fast because it's a shake move. It's very strong. And which we see now, it skips selecting a move. It just moves immediately. That's a very consistent time gain, which makes it very OP. This Nidoran female is like a 37 out of 39 range. But sometimes you miss the range into a double kick. Or I once Gen 1 missed the range into double kick. Into hit self, because fresh was a free turn. Which is definitely the first time it's happened in yellow. I would be shocked if someone else got that. Mankey's just a one-shot. Now it's just a one-shot with fresh. Now it's basically... Now it's very chill, no ranges anymore. Is there anything else? I'm looking like through my notes if there's anything interesting, but not. This is a pretty chill part now. Fresh just kills everything. Good bridge. It's pretty rare to save time on world record. And it's just so many. By the way, right now we pick up the Charmander. We need it for cut and dig. Bridge has so many spots where you can just lose time. You can miss the range. You can get Growl. You can get Sand Attack. You can get Double Kick. It's just I've had multiple bridge where you lose a minute. I've had a lot more where you lose 30 seconds, 40 seconds. It just... So we don't teach dig, because it's not honorable, and it's not possible in this gen. This fight isn't free, because we can't fresh on Onyx, we have to double kick. If you crit high roll, it's a one shot, otherwise it's not a one shot, and he can bind you, which is bad. I think crit is like probably a 50, it feels like a 50-50 range. If you crit to one shot, it's probably more like 60-40 to kill. What does a top trainer even have? It's probably yeah, just more than 2. Just fresh and kill both. Okay, slowpoke is a big problem. This could cookie take me. That's the first interesting RNG spot. And I mean, often you're at like, let's say 50 HP, and you really don't want to get like cookie attacks. So then you might be sweating here, but tough to sweat right now. This HP is like insanely high, by the way. It's so rare to be on this HP. It's like easily top, I don't know, 2%, 3% HP. Usually you're like 60-50. So many quick attacks, so many tackles, scratch by Sandshrew. Fury attack can do like 40 damage. This fight also has 1 quick attack. Red was 1 and 4, Pidgey's 1 and 3. Perfect RNG so far. Crit Onyx. No quick attacks. My goal is basically crit Onyx, crit Goldeen, don't kick quick attacks. So this is 551 pace. And you cannot get X defend by Misty. Misty is the first trainer which has an item. And what is she? 30? 3 and 8 to use? 25%? I don't know. X defend is bad. You just don't want to see X defend. And you don't want to see Bubble Beam. So most of the time you will see something you don't want to see. Which is why Misty is one of the not a worst fight in the game, but it's pretty bad. In red we could just escape rope out, but here we have to take a long walk. Yeah, true, it's 75% to not use, 25% to use. So Misty is annoying, X defense is bad. Because X defense either basically loses a turn, or it's a 0 damage Misty, and both are bad. You don't want to have both. And if it's an extra turn, Fresh is either a 3 turn or a 4 turn. If it's a 3 turn, you're confused and you're 50-50 to hit yourself. So it's 75% chance if you have a 4 turn Fresh for it to work out. So X Defend gives you that extra risk, and it's just slower, it's just bad. Sometimes you get an insane bailout with X Defend if you get like Ball Beam Speed Fall into X Defend into crit or something like that. This Goldeen you want to one shot with a crit, otherwise you want to dodge a supersonic hit. Dodge a supersonic hit, it's like 55%. And of course 50% to hit yourself, so no way you hit yourself, it's crazy. I'm like on so many pots right now, I've only potted once on Brock. That's red race HP right here. True, it's very high HP. I mean this is basically free, it's hard to lose this fight. Usual way how you lose this is you see Ball Beam and get a crit or speedfall. And if you see Ball Beam, crit or speedfall is basically a 50-50, so... Or you see the water gun, which is always just a free fight. Crit is interesting, it lowers my HP, which is okay. On this pace, I wouldn't mind being on high HP for Surge, because it is good pace. But it doesn't really matter, 35 HP, 50 HP, doesn't matter. Also next up is a somewhat of a new strat in like HP strat, which so far the Brock has some new HP strats, but I got the free fight and I don't want to go through like every Brock spot. Basically, nah, ignore it. Who cares? Route 3 has some HP strats, but they're not new. This is the first newish strat. I don't do it because I'm on high HP, but if you are at like 20-ish HP, you're not in red bar, and if you storm a chop for one turn, he hits you into red bar. And I will basically do that most of the time. But now, of course, no way. So it's just a free fight, fresh, and GG. Next up is a 2 trainer with 4 months, and they are 3 Pidgeys, 1 in 3 tier quick attacks, 1 Eradicate, 1 in 4 tier quick attack. So this is a spot where you can die. If you want to hit itself into red bar, you want to have that red bar, you want to carry it, you will have to go through the quick attack gauntlet. And it can also just, 1 quick attack is like a 3-second time loss, so you just don't want to see it. But on average you get like 1.5. There's also a 5th quick attack afterwards. So it's a 5 quick attack gauntlet. Pick up the full restore. We're gonna need full restores for the late game. Also, worth noting in Gen 1, we just have 1 bag with 20 items. And after we defeated Brock, he gave us Bite, Misty Water Gun, Surge will give us Thunderbolt, and Water Gun, not Ball Beam instead of Water Gun. Ball Beam, Thunderbolt are good. By the way, these encounters, it's like, what is it? I don't even know what are the odds of getting no encounter. I think you're a favorite, but also one encounter he'll lose like 12 to 13 seconds. But anyways, bag. For the late game, you want to be exactly at 20 items after a gym fight, because that skips the dialogue where he gives you an item. So there's like some routing going on where we try and get to 20 items exactly, which is also one use of full restore. But we also really use it, but we only use it after the gym badges, which is pretty elegant. 1 out of 3, that's exactly average. Surge is interesting. Surge is the worst fight in the game. Reason being, red bar is fast, and for fly, to split after Surge, you want to be in red bar. And you can either be in full red bar, if you're in red bar after Surge. You can be in red bar where you have to stall for 1 turn. You can be in red bar where you have to stall for 2 turns. 2 turn stall is very bad. 1 turn stall is good, what you expect. 0 turn stall is very, very good. But right now, if I get 0 damage in the next fight and on Surge, I have to 2 turn stall. Which is 0 damage is 38% chance. It's the most likely outcome. Just a shop we sell buy the nugget, we don't need those. We buy repel, we need those for rock tunnel. We don't buy paralyze heal, even though I really would love a paralyze heal in the route. I think it doesn't work out because of there's no backspace. In the late game we would have to toss it, which would be silly. But no paralyze heal means para equals GG. This is a new optimization doing the menu on this tile. Nice audio. Back in the day we used to to the menu on this tile, because it would save a turn for him. If that is true, I'll be mad. I'll be very mad. It would be a good bit though, just lie. So, back to search. My HP right now, there's no decision making. I just go in. But if I was, for example, 25 HP, I would think, okay, 25 HP, I have a 58% win rate. That's bad, right? So I should pot. But if you pot, you have like, I don't know, 78% win rate or something, I don't know exactly. And out of those 78, you have 38% chance you get no damage into horrible fly. So there's the classic play on most paces. Considering if this pace was 25 HP, I would not pot. Would be to not pot and take the worst win rate, but every run that gets past Surge is basically a good fly setup. Which, that is like the crux which makes Surge very annoying. Is you're very likely to die, but he's still very likely to just not hit you. And you won't red bar, so what are you supposed to do in that spot? You're supposed to pray, that's it. If you're red bar right now, you can also YOLO Surge, which is a bad YOLO, 38%. But it's insane payoff, so it's a very, 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 very good play on bad paces. It's absurd, the value you get by YOLOing Surge. That fight was also, by the way, I mean, didn't talk about the fight. Fight is just free. Only one quick attack, the rest is just dead. You don't want to misclick Fresh because Sandshrew is a complete Giga tank, you need to ball beam that. And I think Eevee also doesn't die. Yaguchi Resin. Okay, I think at this point I'm gonna start talking, so I'm gonna mute Pamperma. So that was very standard Surge. No encounter, 2 crit attacks is almost exactly what my target assumes. My target is like 1 encounter, 2 crit attacks, and like average cans. Definitely. Red, I was choking at the end badly, not hardly. Red was very bad at the end. It was good at the start, but yellow was, I mean, so far it's a 0 mistake run. It's perfect. Pidgeotto was perfect. I don't think I didn't even notice a text box fail. So far it's good. But I mean, outside of Minips, the first half of the yellow is a lot easier because menus. This menu is the first tricky one where you have to alt scroll. If you don't alt scroll that menu, it's a big time loss. And we swap Repel up. We're gonna need Repel for Rock Tunnel. Cans. Cans is interesting. Alright, perfect cans. This is a 1 in 8. That's like a chessboard. Which can be the first can. And the second can is, this one is like 84%. But on average, it's like 75% chance for the second can to work. I just got, not the fastest can, but still god cans. The fastest way would be to fail the first can, and the second can to be a success, because then I have to walk less. But now it's a very, very good Surge. Surge is a bad range to 2-hit. He has Growl, which is bad, Thunderbolt, which is good, Mega Punch, which is good because it hits us into red bar, and Mega Kick just kills us. X-Speed does nothing. Bad roll, Mega Punch, fail. Into no hit, so I mean it's still of course very happy. I was like 58% to live, so that was an extremely bad fight. Win rate wise. And even though Mega Punch missed and I didn't get the God Red Bar, of course, I'm still in 1 turn setup. Good pace, hard to complain. Fly is like the first part where execution gets hard. Because a lot of menus, a lot of biking, a lot of blind biking. Shop is pretty hard to do fast. get a, what is a bike ticket, right? We then have to walk to Diglett Cave, because we can't, in red we could dig out of this tile right here, but here we have to walk to the cave and then dig to our, to Cerulean City. It's also why we have to center, at some point in Cerulean City so we can dig back. So it's not like, there's no decision making, you have to center. You can't do a center skip strat, it's just slow. Also, if we have to use HMs, we always have to do that. Open menu, open Pokemon, open Charmander, use cut or use dig. We can't talk to a tree. We always have to menu, which means in some cases we try to optimize and put our menu in the same spot. Now we swap bike to the top because we want to use bike a lot. This is the general pattern in Gen 1 menus. Swap something down, use something, because if you use an item completely up, your cursor resets to the top of the menu, which is very fast. So you can swap down, use, and use again immediately, but while only scrolling once. I guess I'm gonna go for the cut. This is like weirdly difficult. I guess this is not really difficult, but it's deceptive. You have to concentrate here because you want to go down, and then here you want to hold up, and before you A press, you want to let go of up, which I do here. It's actually, dude, fucking frame perfect. Look at me. Because then you can hold up on the screen, which makes the cursor immediately move to Charmander. Otherwise, you have to wait because there's successive input lag. The game doesn't like it if you want to do the same input again, because the game there's like a buffer system. The game only checks for your inputs every couple of times, and so if you don't let go of stuff, it basically never realizes it. For example, here, if I just keep holding A, the menu shouldn't work, right? So I have to let go of A for the game to realize I let go. This, by the way, is a horrible fight. 4-turn fresh goal. We have to fresh this. We don't have any other options. So I can 3-turn fresh into itself, which is 25%. And now if you're in red butt, it's 25% chance just to die, which is very high. But it's a very bad fight. Also, do I get a free turn? No, I get a free turn into no itself. Which actually loses like 2 seconds to just a 4-turn fresh because of all the text boxes and selecting the move. That's fresh is just too fast. This is somewhat of a new strat. I mean, I'm not using it, but there is a new strat here where I stall on the Venonet on certain HPs to get into red bar. Venonet doesn't do any damage, so it doesn't work on this HP. On this HP, I have to do a Cubone setup, which can go wrong very fast. If you're on very good pace, you can consider skipping flybar. Especially if you have to do 2-turn setup, then you should skip flybar on good paces. This can probably skip if it's a 2-turn setup. It's probably fine. Venonet is a very good range, and I get it. If you miss the range, you can be destroyed by disable fresh. Also, I don't know, I probably run Crystal next. Not sure. So now, Rock Tunnel, we want to repel at first tile. And there's a repel strat which I get into later. But first we have to stall on Q1. Q1 is guaranteed to use Bone Club turn 1 because it has Super Nerd AI, which is good AI. And I get it. Bone Club is bad because it can miss, which is very bad. And it can crit, which kills us. Miss is bad because it's not guaranteed to use Bone Club turn 2. So it's a lose-more situation where you lose a turn and you have a worse situation. This is very good, by the way. 11 HP, 28 was a very good roll. But I had to dodge a min roll, but 11 HP is very good. 28. It keeps red buff for most, and it loses at the end, but that is Um, that is a 3-second time loss. It's not a lot. Nice movement. That's a first notable mistake. Rock Town movement is annoying because after the fight, there's like immediately, usually after a fight, you have to like wait for the screen to transition back to the overworld and then move. But in Rock Tunnel it's just immediate movement, so it's you have to get used to it. Like movement, bam, immediately. The the blind movement is pretty free in Gen 1 because you can just look at the surroundings and then you're basically you don't have a handicap. The problem is there are optionals which you have to do dodge, but if you know where they are, then it would be the same as it would be this. By the way, this is a horrible fight. I just skipped it. This is the second worst fight after Fortune Fresh Girl because this is a bad range to one hit, and if you don't one hit, he can sleep powder you, which means you will probably die, and he can stun spore you, which is just a flat 40-second time loss because I would have to full restore and lose red bar and run his complete shit. Actually, like, it's very bad if that happens. Most of the time I just reset because I don't want to. I just want to go next. Now there were like two options which we had to dodge, but they were pretty free. These next options are a bit tricky to dodge. If I go now, if I go right one tile early, immediate run is just immediately over, but I don't. That's a new strat for yellow. It wasn't present during. I'm pretty sure it wasn't present during Pokegear's run. It's a strat we do in red where we repel on this tile, so repel runs out at the perfect spot. Because repel text box clears faster indoors compared to outdoors, and this counts as indoors because there's less lag. It's like a half a second. And I mean now everything is free. The problem is just Photon, Flash Girl, and the Oddish Girl. The rest is free. There are some quick attacks coming up, but on this HP, quick attacks are not a problem. Also, a difference to red is um, if I was like 7 HP or 5 HP, it would be fine because in Flybar you can expect low damage, while in red you have a sort of guaranteed damage in Flute, which you don't have in yellow, which makes it's again the same as red. It is freer, but because it's freer, you have to take more risk. So it's kind of not freer. It's like this. It's probably a similar death rate. With Fly overall is a lot worse in yellow than red because we can't Mega Punch the Photon Fresh Girl. We can't Paralyze Heal. And HP is more annoying to set up in yellow because we want red buff for longer. This pity can quick attack. Which now this quick attack is not a time loss. It's basically it should save a couple of frames, but it's basically a non-existent. It just flat versus my win rate, which I guess that is bad, but not by a lot. Max Eva is also different to Wang Bro. It's a Blizzard thing, which now is like Blizzard route is like the last change to the route. Gambler's free, except this Growlithe is an extremely good range. I've died to it once in yellow in my life, I think. And we want to swap because, I mean, someone character that's faster because we're gonna get rid of Bubble Beam. Refresh this because Vulpix has good special, so he just tanks. Guaranteed crit doesn't matter. He can quick attack me. And now that was the last trainer. That was some bad movement. Just lost two tiles. That's definitely the biggest mistake so far. That is interesting. We want to pick up an elixir here, but there's no visual cue, so there's some. You either do an audio cue or you count your pedals. It's 13 pedal movements. You want to enter this. You want to enter the stairs from the top, so you don't turn frame in this building. Dude, I'm 12. Now shopping is pretty practice heavy. Okay, it's pretty easy to do a mistake. We want to look at this NPC on the right. She goes down, so we will go up on the way back. Buy a Hondrel. Hondrel is completely broken because X accuracy makes every move 100% accurate. Gen 1. That was some good mashing, holy shit. We need super bots for like setting up our HP for Giovanni. And I mean, just we're gonna get damaged on next part now. The fly was completely free in terms of damage, but damage will rack back up again. Pokedol, because there's a feature in Gen 1 where we can skip the underground. Now what is it, like the rocket layer? We can skip that and just Pokedol the ghost. We need Rock Slide because there's no way for us to kill the Ghastlies and Flute split. And Rock Slide is a bad move, 90% accurate. If we miss against a Ghastly, run can be destroyed. I'm not 18. X accuracy because X accuracy is broken. X speed because we need speed to use X accuracy. X attack for one fight. X special for 2 fights. Lance. Dude, I don't know, man. We will see. Now this I want to mention. Now the sideways cut. And that is like the single. It's like just a short-term execution. This is easily the hardest because you need to hold up, let go of up, press start, hold up, and then again let go of up, hold A. Oh, it's actually very good. Into A, so you can cut that perfectly. Otherwise, you have to hold up, wait, which will be pretty slow. Flute is pretty bad. The Surge Fly and Flute are both very bad. It's a big run killer, Surge Fly Flute. Teach Rock Slide. What did we swapped Hondrel up so because we use it immediately. Then we do another swap. And we swap up the X accuracy, so it's up in the menu. And the final is Teach Fly. You can buffer the flying. If you can hold down and then use your use left and right to do it fast. Or start, doesn't matter. Now this looks like a very good pace, which it is, but yellow late game is extremely likely to kill you, and it's extremely likely to troll you in pace, so it's still, you need to dodge a lot of stuff. This Pharaoh, for example, just can kill us with Fury Attack. Fury Attack crit kills us or anything more than a 2-hit. I don't get it, so I live. Now it's free. I think Quick Attack kills because I got Liat, so I'm still 25% to die. But Fury also has Mirror Move, which is just do nothing. Growl, which is just do nothing. Leah, which is do nothing except if you're dead. Potting isn't really an option because that's just bad, man. What can I say? Just slow. Okay, I guess I live Quick Attack. Never mind. Thought it was 15 or something. Just good bit. Might be a range. I think crit is 15 plus. So that was actually very safe. There was like no sweat. Ghastlies are a sweat though. There are 4 Ghastlies coming up. 2 Ghastly before the mandatory heal. If I miss on Ghastly, Nightshade kills me. Confuse Ray probably kills me. Lick paras me, which is basically run us over because I don't have para heals. And he just kills me. So we just need to hit the 90% rock slides. And if we get past heal bites, basically rock slide is better. But if you get lick para, it is extremely slow. If you get confused ray, you could get trolled. So you just want to hit 4 times. And then basically, after the Ghastlies, Flute is chill, the rest is free. But it's also only 1 trainer. But Sabrina's also pretty free. Now again is this run is extremely likely to like get to Koga, and on a pace as good as this, it's like very likely to get to Blaine, and it's decently likely to get to Giovanni, because now it's pretty safe, now it's chill. The only way this dies is like a freak Koga diff, or a big pace troll by getting unlucky into having to take some risk on Blaine, for example, or Koga. But Koga's unlikely, more Blaine. But no, it's pretty chill. This is Sabrina's, the next split Sabrina's pretty execution heavy. A bit less than Fly though. But it's a lot of menus. Good one. Yo, Yaxo. I mean, yeah, now the late game, there is some interesting decision making in late game yellow. It's the problem with late game yellow is the YOLOs, or the decision making where you can take risks, are usually high death rate, low payoff. So it's a lot of pray for good RNG, and on bad paces you have some decision making, you can do some plays. But on a pace like this, it's basically every decision is now forced. Up to like Giovanni. I just hope I get good RNG. I try and play good. Swap Super Repel up. Bike, Super Repel, X Accuracy is gonna be the main menu for a long time. This fight is completely free, we just X and handle everything. Meowth can Payday, which is the worst move because of text boxes. And the worst move is Payday Crit. And we use the Pokédoll we bought to skip the fight. I skipped this, getting the Silph Go. We're gonna dig to. We're gonna wait. No, we fly back to Celadon and we're gonna take the center, even though we don't need it, because Celadon is a goated spot to have as your checkpoint for digging out, which we're gonna need. We're gonna need to return to Celadon for the gym fights. So we're gonna take a center, even though we don't need it. I guess we need it because of 100 PP, but we wouldn't need it because we could play around that if it wasn't a good dig spot. This flight's actually pretty tricky to do. There's like a lot of, again, successive input lags, so you need to let go of your inputs and concentrate. That's about it. I did mention it, but if the last text box, this one right here, appears faster if you hold A. Or not A, any button, but A is optimal because you want to clear with B. Sylph. So the Sylph part is you can't die basically. I have died, but it is extremely rare. It's a lot about pray you don't get hit and pray you get the Persian range and try and play good. That's all it is. This is an interesting execution part. We want an elevator to floor 10, and you could hold down, and it would go down in fast speed. But you can also it saves like a lot of frames. Like I think it's like 8 or 9 frames. I haven't timed it, but it's very noticeable. Instead of just holding down, you alt scroll it, which is difficult, but not really because YOLO scrolling every time consistently is also pretty difficult. And alt scroll is you practice it, and yeah, sometimes you fail, but if you fail an alt scroll, you kind of notice it, so you don't A press and go to the wrong floor, and you can like catch yourself. While YOLO scrolling is just pray you're locked in and try and hit it. So it is difficult, but it's like better top end, and it's like more consistent for me definitely. Low kick is yes, low kick, karate chop, and Leah. Leah is extremely good. Low kick is fine. Karate chop crit is annoying because you want to get as little damage as possible in this building. Basically, I want to get as little damage as possible until Giovanni. Yeah, but red elevator doesn't. Alt scroll is bad. It shouldn't be a strat. It's silly. Yellow is, I think, extremely good to do. Now we teach Earthquake and Carbos. We needed to like outspeed the Alakazam or something. It's not a Zam, right? Is it a Kadabra by the rival? It's probably not a Zam. That would be, or maybe it's a Zam. Guess I'll see. I mean, Red has a Zam, so it wouldn't be crazy. And Earthquake is of course an insane move. Kills a lot of stuff. Turn 1. So now we always have our competitive moveset. Horndrill, Earthquake, Thunderbolt, and Fresh. Fresh we're gonna need once more, but we're gonna get Blizzard instead, which is of course also a very good move. It's wait. Okay, what is Blizzard accuracy in Gen 1? 90? It's 90, right? What is it in future generations? 70. Holy shit, it's 70%. Blizzard is so bad. But yeah, it's OP in Gen 1 because of 90%. It's pretty good. Bit slow of a menu, but it's fine. That's also I alt scrolled it, and that's also an advantage. Small mistakes are very. You can. Um, wait, no. Yeah, my mistake wasn't because alt scroll. I think a good strat for menus is you do a mix of YOLO, but you don't fully YOLO. You check if you hit the correct item in combined with a lot of alt scrolling. Best case, you're a fucking god and you alt scroll every single menu. You never hold A, but that's fucking difficult, man. Damn, attacking Blizzard, yeah. Blizzard is pretty bad. This Sandshrew has Slash, which is horrible. It's a lot of damage. Swift, which is okay. Sand Attack. Sand Attack, which is very good because it is nothing. We get Low Kick into Swift. The perfect average fight. Now it's again free. Free until the Giovanni, Sylph Giovanni, not the Gym Giovanni. Gym Giovanni is not free. Horn Drill is generally. Earthquake is again a flash move. Horn Drill is a shake move. So Horn Drill is very fast. We try and use Horn Drill when we can, but a lot of time we're restricted by our PP usage, so we just can't. I can't spam it here because I need Horn Drill in the future. So we have to Earthquake. By the way, rival has Flareon because we won the first fight. If we lost the fight, he has Vaporeon, which changes strats. But this route has to win rival 1, so it doesn't matter. That might be world record for latest rival evolution explanation in a commentary. That's crazy. Yeah, we need Lapras for. Oh, wait, no, we need Charmander. Charmander cut and dig Lapras for Surf and Strength. Team Rocket is free, which has Earthquake 3 times. And Giovanni's a problem because we need to set up Exec. And Persian is a range. And Persian is like can damage us, can flinch us with bites. It's bad. Best case we get 0 damage Persian and we one-shot it. But if you like don't one-shot it and get damaged and you're at bad HP, like this HP is actually fine. If I get damage it's annoying, but Koga's probably fine. But getting a 0 damage Giovanni would be very very good for Koga. You want to be high HP for Koga. It makes a lot of spots very comfortable. It gets rid of a lot of awkward decision making and having to take risk or having to full restore in battle, which is, by the way, healing in a fight is extremely slow. It's very advised to not heal, so that's where some decision making goes in. Try and heal outside of battles. When we already do a menu, try and maybe get a heal in there, but isolated heals are very very bad. So high HP is nice for my win rate, but it's also nice because it increases my odds dramatically of getting a no heal Koga, which is the goal. Drana we do EQ, and we have to set up Exec on the Mon after Persian because we can't one-shot the Nidoqueen, and Nidoqueen is Body Slam, which is bad. Guard Spec is best possible case, 25% chance to use Guard Spec. Don't get a range, but it's no damage, so I'm very happy even though I don't get a range. That is a Guard Spec Screech Failers, cannot complain about that. Again Guard Spec, he is 50% to hit me, 50% not to hit me, including the Guard Spec. So it's again very nice to not get damage, but Raihan does like 10 damage. It's nice, but Persian is definitely the bigger variance. But double guard spec Screech Fail is pretty insane. It makes up for missing the range for sure. We're done here, so we can just dig out. They didn't patch the dig out everywhere, but good for us, otherwise this would be awkward. We go to Snorlax and we do a Snorlax menu. Snorlax, which is Elixir, because we need to replenish EP. We heal, because it would be an effective heal. I don't need to heal because I'm high HP. There's some interesting decision making here. If you're like 50 HP, you can not heal, you can go a risky one. On good HP, you can think about, do I go for a riskier HP with better top end, or do I try and get a very elegant heal right here? So there's some decision making in this spot right here, but not on this pace. On this HP, it's pretty free. We're gonna pick up a rare candy. Now the run is basically free until Koga. Sabrina cannot damage us. A lot of menuing though. I guess not. Yellow, there's no EQ menu here, so now the yellow execution is pretty chill. There's another sideways cut though, which is definitely the hardest part. Oh wait, no, in yellow we don't sideways cut. Never mind. So because of lag, in red we would cut this bush, but in yellow everything lags more, so it turns out it's faster to just walk around this whole thing. There's a interesting, I mean, there's somewhat of a new strat in Safari. It's the same strat as the rock tunnel repel, where we repel to get a inside wear out. But this time it's not a one tile window. I mean, it's in rock tunnel it's a 2 tile window because you can do a strat. Here it's like a 5 tile window. It's you just have to remember it and it's free. Pick up this full restore. That is, we have 2 full restores, 4 super pots, which is definitely enough. You could get trolled, which would change things. So I super repel on this spot, and I do some. I think about my movement because if you turn frame, it wastes a repel spot. But if you turn frame on specific tiles, it doesn't waste a repel spot. So you just have to be conscious about your movement. You have to know what you can do, what you can't. I on purpose have a path where I have some room for error. So even if I fail, I'm still gonna get an inside repel out, wear out. By the way, we're still only on 3 gym badges, so now it's the gym rush where we kill back to back to back gyms. There are basically no more routes for us left, it's now just gym, 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 gym. Except like gym, 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 victory road, LE4. That's about it. Oh, mansion is a thing. Thank you. Going to the gym, not the gym, can be tricky. Heal bets. I dread the day where I miss input and walk into an optional. Has never happened, and it shouldn't have happened, but it's just one mistake, one bad day. This fight is completely free. She leads with an Abra, which teleports. So we just set up XX, set up X speed, GG. I know, not teleport, flash. If she misses a 25% chance, it would be faster. But she doesn't, so it's fine. She can also use X defend, which would be slower, a bit slower. It's an interesting strat. We want to dig out of this building, but we're gonna actually walk to the teleport pad because the game, if we dig out, usually there's like a spin animation, but if we're on the teleport pad, it plays a teleport animation, which is slow, a lot faster. So, fun fact strats. So that's a good Sabrina. Dude, I don't know. I've never looked up Flash. It's not Flash. Is Flash not 100% native? It feels like 100% native. It definitely doesn't feel like a 50%. The next fight is the last spot where we use Thrash in. It's 7. That has no. I'm gonna Google it. It's 100%. It's 70% in Gen 1 to Gen 2. What the fuck? So it's 45%? What? Nah, that's crazy. There's no way. It's wrong. There's no way it's 45%. I'm calling cap. Okay, we fresh. We have to EQ because there's no reason to risk a free turn fresh. It's a bit silly. Because the next fight isn't free. The next gym trainer has a Hypno which doesn't die to Earthquake. And Hypno can hit us with Confusion. It can't kill us from this HP. But I just don't want to get Confusion. I'm on really good HP, I just don't want to get damaged. Headbutt is okay. No, Headbutt is completely fine. But it just makes Koga a bit higher chance to troll. But just no damage would be sick. Or just crits, it would be the best. Koga has like a lot of decision making actually. You have like you have to set up X-Act, you have to set up X speed, and you can get damaged. You can choose to get damaged by like one Venom net or a second Venom net or a Venom Moth. You can do like there's actually like it can be a very tricky spot, and like most of the time I spent is like thinking about this during like Sabrina. Most of the time it's like autopilot, but you have to like think about what do I do in Koga if what is with psychic special drop crit, like what do you do then? You have to be ready for that. Do you insta full restore? Do you do a setup? There's some weird spots which can happen here. I effectively have to. By the way, this is 50% to use. Uh, he has X attack, but he can use sleep powder, which is horrible. So I just don't want to get sleep powder. I get sleep powder. I set up X speed, so he doesn't use sleep powder again. He just is forced to use psychic. I don't want to see a special drop or crit. I use poker flu to wake up. I think I'm dead to crit here, or like a crit roll. Okay, get another sleep powder. That's definitely the worst RNG since a long time. The rest, I mean, this was a pretty chill run, but that is the first like noticeable bad spot. But what was it? Sleep powder miss? Yeah, didn't go for the repeat. 25% chance of fail. Is it? What is sleep powder accuracy, man? I'm clueless. But now the fight is free. Yeah, it's 75%. If I didn't get sleep powdered, I would have set up on a second Venonet, because the second Venonet does not have sleep powder. But I was forced to do that. That is a big time loss. World record has a very, very good Koga. Yeah, has a very good big Koga, no sleep powder. Hit into red bar, crit hypno. But it's fine. But that is what I'm talking about. Um, Stuff like that is is a classic in yellow late game. You can just get trolled by pace, and now suddenly uh, this increases my death rate in the future because I cannot do some safe plays, for example. Not for Blaine. This is still good enough pace for Blaine where I heal. Blaine is interesting because um, Blaine is again. I'm gonna have a menu in the mansion where it's extremely efficient to heal because there's no extra scroll, no extra menu. And so on good paces, even though I live most of the Blaine fights here, you want to aggressively heal this spot on good paces. Um, this spot, I mean, is probably fine to not superbot here, but I think it's a bit better to superbot. It's a pretty hard menu. It's like the main difficult menu in the Blizzard roads. I mean, only the swap, now it's free. This is interesting. We wanna clear. Wait, why did I not pause? We wanna clear. Um, right now we wanna hold down because it puts a cursor on slot 2 for the future menu, but then immediately go up, as you can see. But we also wanna let go of up before the A press so we can hold up immediately to left press. Mansion. Extremely bad spot because even though we have rare candied, even though we have super repel, we can still get encounters. The Redicates are ridiculously high level. There are no like sims, but you average like 1 encounter. I've gotten 4 encounter multiple times, 3 encounter more than that, 2 encounter a lot. It's pretty bad. And if I get like even 1 encounter here, it's problematic because it decreases the world record odds by a high amount. Just 1 encounter. 2 encounter puts us into emergency mode basically. Which is even though I had a very good Sabrina time, you can just get the pace can like whittle down very fast. So now I can get in encounters. I could have gotten like encounters in one room before, but this is the big floor where I can get encounter. First Blizzard menu though. This is where you would think about healing. I don't heal. Wait, why do I not heal? I thought I healed in this menu. I guess it's fine. I think it's about on this in this pace. It's you can go either way. I think between super pot or not. The nice thing about not healing is you have a chance to get hit into red bar, which is fast for Erica and fast for Blaine. The not nice thing is you're dead to like growl hit into flamethrower or stomp crit or takedown crit. No, you live stomp crit, but you're dead to takedown crit. So it turns from like a high 90% fight, now it's probably like a 85% fight. I don't have the... Usually during the Koga fight, I open the pace bin with the simulations for every HP to make my decision making. And I guess from this HP I figured it's not high enough of a win rate boost. But you can aggressively heal this. If you heal this, I don't think it would be a misplay at all. This is like probably just a break-even decision, to be honest. Blaine questions. Hit the text boxes, hit them accurately, and try and hit them fast. Blaine also is interesting because you can set up X attack either on Ninetales or Rapidash. You need X attack to one-shot the Arcanine and to outspeed the Rapidash because it gives you a speed badge boost. And you basically on low HP as a YOLO, you X attack on Ninetales. And on HP like this, you X attack Rapidash, which is higher win rate. We really don't want to see a Growl hit, and we kind of don't want to see a Fire Spin because it just traps us and it wastes time. And we don't want to see a takedown crit because we would die. And I think a Stomp crit high roll it also kills us. Problem with Growl is we can't one-shot the Arcanine except if we crit. And Arcanine has some bad moves, just a Flamethrower which just deletes us. But also some moves which don't kill us, but it's just bad. I just want to see a Stomp. Let's chill. Ninetales can quick attack, which will be bad for our win rate. Not that bad, but pretty bad. It would mean we don't live Stomp crit. But it increases our red bots, so whatever. Nice Exeter YOLO scroll. Stomp is very good. Lul, 1 HP. I don't even know. I guess I want to quickly look at the Stomp range. I was 67 HP. Was definitely a very good range to live. But now I get a good, I get red bar, which is nice. For this split, because I get a level up here. And for Erica. But it's extremely low HP, so I will run into some problems on Giovanni. Erica also we are reliant on a Blizzard 90%, which isn't great, but they're not very deadly. Like if we miss on execute, you use hypnosis, so it's fine. Or lead sheet, which is of course does nothing. So Stomp crit was 61 to 72, so probably like 60% to kill, 40% to kill. Otherwise, the split is completely free if you hit everything, and even if you don't hit everything, you're gonna be fine. Maybe not on this HP, but I actually checked in the run if I ever die to Erica, and I have not died to Erica, ever. But that's mostly because a lot of attempts were on Ice Beam route, which is 100% to live, except Gen 1 miss. Guess not a lot of runs, I stopped at like 5k attempts or something, but a lot of Ericas, probably. we don't have enough EQ, so we Blizzard once and EQ twice. If we miss a Blizzard, we need 3 Blizzards for the next 2 trainer. So if we miss a Blizzard, we have to do a stretch very early Elixir. I will early Elixir anyway, because I'm on extremely low HP, and it's silly to YOLO Black Belt. It's very likely to kill. So early menus are completely fine. It doesn't lose a lot of time. It actually, early menu is better top end. If you don't heal afterwards, because you don't double menu. So now I will Elixir, and now is an interesting decision. Do I full restore or do I double super? For Giovanni, before entering Giovanni, you want to be as close as possible. I fuck up, that's the biggest mistake so far. You want to be as close as possible as 110 HP or higher. Because you want to live Dark Trio, but you want to be in good HP if you get 0 damage and if you get damage. Because Giovanni is consistent damage or 0 damage. So you want to be in red bar or a good green bar. Good green bar effectively means good HP for Lorelei, which would be the case right now if I get 0 damage in the next 2 fights. This fight is guaranteed because I'll just EQ this, because now I have EQ PP back. Next fight is a problem. I have to set up X special and then hit 2 blizzards, and good chance to get hit here. And if I get hit, it's annoying because I have to menu again. It's just slow. It would be very big value if I get like 0 damage, no extra turn. And if I get hit, I don't want to get crit. There will be horrible HP and very slow. Cage Up is worst move. Crit is worst outcome. So that is horrible. It's a big punishment for not full restoring. It's gonna be a big time loss because I will have to menu 4 times. Which isn't great. And not menu, I have to heal 4 times. So now pace is a lot worse. But it's still green. Could superpot once, but I wanna set up my HP better. So there are like 2 fights. We have this fight right here, Giovanni. We have to set up X, set up X speed. And we can set up on... We have to kill Duck Trio after an X speed because we don't outspeed it. But we could X speed kill Duck Trio X on Persian. I don't do that. I basically always do 2-turn Duck Trio setup. Because I really want to be in red bar or this HP exactly. And Persian is like 60%, no, it's 50% to attack. I get no damage, X, good outcome. I don't, that trio is insanely high crit rate. 25% or something, it's 23 or something. So that was very likely to kill. It doesn't, but now I'm in red bar, I'm happy. I got a big payoff for deciding to do the trio setup. Because in the next fight, we don't get any damage. So red bar is very good. And the next fight is the reason why basically Blizzard Road is a thing. Because if you don't have Blizzard, you can't one-shot Sand Slash. So you have to set up on Sand Slash. So you would have to heal red bar. You can't do this like what I'm doing. But now we can just Blizzard Sand Slash and set up on Execute, which has Leech Seed, which does nothing. Solar Beam, which does nothing. And Stun Spore, which is bad. It's not horrible because I can full restore and be in good Lorelei HP. But it's like I'm like 25% chance to get paralyzed. which would be bad. And I have to hit a 90% Blizzard. That was horrible. I was like very confused. That's what happens if I press my mute key while on a browser. Hit Blizzard, that's good. And I'm through. Do I talk? Probably. Now it's free until Lorelei. It's just execution. It's like reasonably difficult. It's okay. Most mistakes happen because nervousness, and I don't know. Mistakes are can happen pretty fast in Victory Road. You have to know where your cursor are. You have to know the menus. But it's not that difficult if you concentrate. I'm gonna have to center because I have to heal, which is fine. If I got like 0 damage Giovanni, which is a good chance, um, I would still do execute setup, even though it's no red bar, because I really want to have 0 damage, so I can skip taking the center for Lorelei. And red bar versus a very good green bar is about the same in value. It's very similar, and they're both good. They're both a lot better than doing a Persian setup and a Sanchez setup into taking the center with no red bar. It's a pretty big value difference in value. And the biggest upside of the Blizzard route, downside is we have to hit Blizzard and Champ, which is the pretty bad fight at the end. Lorelei. Lorelei is interesting. She's 33% to use rest, otherwise she is 33% to use takedown, 33% to use, well, not takedown, 33% aurora beam, 33% ball beam, and like 1% takedown, which I have seen once. Rest is extremely good. It's fast, it's no damage, it's beautiful. Aurora beam is okay, but dead to crit, which is pretty high. I think like 16%. Ball beam is horrible, 16% to like crit, and Jessica is 30% speed fall. It's not run over at all though, because you can just X speed, and she uses rest turn too. But you kinda maybe need that X speed in the future. Or not you need it, but you have to do a different strat on Agatha. And you just don't want to deal with that, you just want to see rest. Or a non-crit, non-speedfall. Don't want to run into the 2 optionals here. Now it's pretty free. E4 is very... E4 can swing a lot. It's a lot of fights control you, a lot of fights can kill you. It's oh, by the way, Victory Road I can get Onyxes. Not now, but on the next floor. Which would also be very bad for my pace. It would require maybe some YOLOing, which I would not want to do. Because YOLOs in E4 are very bad in yellow. The best YOLO in E4 is a 33% YOLO on Lorelei. So, it's not good. It's a lot of praying. Agatha's okay, but it's hard to be in YOLO HP for Agatha. It's very accurate HP. And if I also Agatha is very bad for pace. It can easily stall time. Lance can stall time. Champ can lose time. Agatha's the main pace killer though. That's still coming up after the encounters here, which I don't get. So pace is looking good. Except if I get an Onyx on the way out, which is pretty rare. It never happened to me personally. Don't get an encounter. There's a full restore, but no reason to pick up. I still have 2 full restores. And 4 super pots? That's kinda great. No, it's super pot twice, so I have 2 super pots to full restore. Could get trolled by getting Lick Parrot on Agatha. There's like some buffering you can do on this, and again, fast PC, same as Brock. 2 out of 2, it's pretty nice. But fast PC is either completely free, or you just can't get it. No in between. This is a good split, 7 minute flat entrance. Full red bar, lead sheet. I didn't see crit text boxes. Aurora Beam. I have to dodge crit. Dodge crit. Now it's completely free. Crit is just 100% dead, you can't, there's no rolls where you love. Bruno's basically free. You could get Ice Punch Freeze. That would be bad, but otherwise it's free. You could also get Fire Punch Burn, but Bruno's definitely the chillest part in E4. I died to Bruno once, but that was close. Well, I think that was maybe to complete YOLO, I don't remember. But yeah, if you red bomb Bruno, it's very tempting to just YOLO because you're likely to get no damage. Or maybe if you're only to Ice Punch, it's very good YOLO. But that's hard to be in. My PB had 3 snakes, I think. This is another exec Hornrill fight. Except we Blizzard the first as Onyx, so we can miss Blizzard and get trolled. Because Hitmon China has a bit better moves than Onyx. Onyx has Dig, which is just annoying, a lot of damage, slow, not great. Blizzard hit is good. Just don't want to see Ice Punch, and even Ice Punch is okay. Thunder Punch is very good, just fast, does nothing. I'm gonna Blizzard the next Onyx because it's a shake move. And it's the... Oh yeah, it's a shake move, same as Hornrill, but it's also 1 less text box. Except if you crit, then it's a time loss. But Hornrill prints the not very effective text box against Onyx Rhydon. So you want to use Blizzard against those. And I, of course, I have Exec, otherwise I wouldn't do it. Agatha, also a contender for top 3 worst fights. Won't kill you, but yeah, you expect to lose like 20 seconds, or not 20, like 12 seconds, I guess. It's She has Substitute, which is lose 10 seconds flat. Confuse Ray can kill you, can lose your time. Lick can para you. Mega Drain is good. Even Lick is good and it's likely to para. Substitute is horrible. Mega Drain is perfect. Also, we have a goal bit coming up, which is not free. He can also confuse you. I get confused. That is a good Blizzard roll. The AI is very likely to super pot here, which is just very fast. Hit through. So now I'm like, this is very tight now. A Substitute lost me like 10 seconds and now I'm confused, right? And if I get hit, it could get very dicey. So now it's a prey moment. Hit self, that's horrible. Now pace is very, now pace is like struggling. I basically cannot get, well, I guess I can get trolled. I can get trolled, but it's not great. You'll see on the targets. The thing is, Lance Troll and Champ Troll typically don't lose a lot of time compared to Agatha Troll. But Lance and Champ are also contender for top 3 worst fights. Extremely bad, extremely likely to kill you. Right now, I'm still more than 50% to die, which is stupid, but that's how it is. I'm still just expected to die. Have to full restore. I need a lot of HP for Lance because I have to set up twice, and twice I will get hit because Gyarados will 100% Hydro Pump me. And then I have to set up on a Dragonair, and there are 2 Dragonairs. There are like a lot of strats you can do, depending on HP. One Dragonair is Slam and Hyper Beam. One is Ice Beam, Bubble Beam. So you have to dodge a lot of crits. You have to dodge Speed Force. You have to dodge Frozen. You have to dodge a lot. But the one good thing is you could just get a Hydro Pump miss, which makes this fight completely free. Except if a certain thing happens. That Hydro Pump miss is the complete nuts. Otherwise, I would have to pray on no crit on Dragonair. Also, I have to dodge like Hyros, maybe. Hyper Beam doesn't matter. It would be nice. Holy shit, what is up with the quality? It would be nice to get a. Wait, I'm still on 180. Cringe. It would be nice to get like a miss, but because then I could skip the champ menu, but it's fine. I still have to hit one Blizzard on Dragoran. Wait, what is? Am I tripping? What is he called? What is it called in English? Dragon Knight. It's it's Dragon Knight. So I have to hit a Blizzard. I miss Blizzard. I'm dead to Blizzard crit, which was how my last run here died. I don't get Blizzard crit, and I hit again. That is how the run 1 month ago died. So now I just have to heal. There's some healing decision making here. I could full restore to full, or I could heal with super pots. Right now, I mean, I just have to full restore. I don't even have like enough healing, or it's just very awkward. And full restore is just the best top end. Because you don't want to get min rolled by the champ, because then you don't have good red bar, basically. And if I don't have red bar for execute and he use hypnosis, I lose insane amount of time. Because Poker Flute is very fast in red bar and very slow out of red bar, because it just plays the whole song. Now Champ is horrible on Blizzard Road, because I have to dodge a 13% crit, I have to dodge a 10% miss, and I think it's a 90% range with Blizzard. So, that's pretty bad. wait, I was zoned out. You could Gen 1 Mr. Sendai. And the next spot is, by the way, this roll is okay. I lose red by the end, but I have red buff for execute, which is good enough. I want to dodge Hypnosis. He has Hypnosis and Leech Seed. I get Leech Seed, so I win. It was a good fight, of course, but I'm gonna lose red by the end, so it's not a perfect fight. Will it be a sub 153? Don't look at the title. And Hall of Fame is of course free, always the same. Can practice that. I'm pretty bad. I'm very bad at Hall of Fame. Red and yellow. Alright, I don't know. I don't think I missed anything big. There's the big difference is Pidgeotto. That's a big yellow route change. The rest is very similar. Some like minor HP strats are different. It was okay, Hall of Fame.